So yeah, we'll see. So I don't know if the stream is frozen or something. Oh no, okay, apparently. Oh, there you go. They started. There we go. Well, that took some time, but hey. So hey, Shovel Knight. Yeah, Shovel Knight, Plague of Shadows. Yeah, I'm actually correct. So sound is on Primorix. So on your right side. So you will see that Eric has a different color. That's just a code that you can put at the beginning in your file before when you have to name it, and it's totally authorized by our rules, so no problem with that.
Oh, hey, that was awkward. I got disconnected from my internet.
So you'll see them bursting, jumping around, double jumping. Plague Knight is insanely fast from the get-go. So what he gets from the relics that he gets is not movement speed, but clearly like cleaning stuff and killing bosses way faster. And when I say way faster, it's way faster. Yeah, he has a very versatile movement, which lets him do a lot of things compared to Shovel Knight and Spectre Knight. And you'll see also that he has a huge damage boost. So when you get hits, he goes way further than Shovel Knight and Spectre Knight. But it's actually a good thing, because in a lot of places it helps you get through a lot of stuff through damage boosting, which is really nice. So
this is not your mom and pop's easy planes, is it? This is not exactly a very easy level to navigate through.
Speaking of not easy, we have Eric attempting the zip. Yeah, because you have the zip in Shovel Knight, but you also have it in Plague. And actually, the funny thing is that we discovered that zip thanks to Plague movement. Plague had a very high movement, then we discovered that, then we thought, oh, in New Game for Shovel Knight is doable. And then I think it was Muggy that discovered that, or maybe I don't remember.
Right.
For Shovel Knight, so pretty crazy. So a small simple stun lock on Black Knight discovered pretty recently, actually. Because why not? And Primorix having some hard time with Black Knight. Black Knight is, compared to Shovel Knight, is awful when you don't get the stun lock. With Shovel Knight, it's kind of easy to get it back, but with Plague, it's just a nightmare. If you don't get it... You see, Primorix is losing like maybe 10 to 15 seconds already compared to Eric because he didn't get the stun lock.
But Eric got it pretty quickly too and finished him right off. Although he did have a false start pause in there though.
it happens. Yeah.
So as you see on Eric's screen, we in Shovel Knight runs we typically exit right out of the planes, but he's not exiting planes right away, is he?
Well, as like Shovel Knight, you have to go to the village after. So it's a little bit of story. So you have to go to the village with Shovel Knight, but you just leave it right away. You don't have stuff to do in it. Plague Knight on the other end is like, no, you can't enter the village. You just have to go away. And when you go away, oh surprise, surprise, you have an extra room behind you, and you have to destroy a poor villager house where he grew up in. You're like, I don't care. I need to go to my laboratory, which Primorix was right now. And yeah, that's it. And you see that Mona, which is one of the characters you see in Shovel Knight, is actually his assistant, I would say. Yeah, so now we see both runners entering Primorix Keep.
Primorix Keep. By the way, something I've noticed is that while they're collecting these cipher coins, is there a purpose, the reason that they're collecting these cipher coins, these green coins that you see on the screen?
I don't even know why they are in the games. They're not gonna use it anyways. No, but like seriously though, cipher coins are used to upgrade your attack, your burst, and your bomb behavior. There we go. That's the third one I was looking for. But unfortunately, the ones that are very interesting need a lot of cipher coins to get unlocked. So that's why we are just randomly collecting them. We are not gonna use them.
Gotcha.
Because, they're in the way, so just collect them. And for some reason, some people like to collect 69 of them. I don't know why. So we have Eric going on King Knight. That's a very specific kill, as for Shovel Knight, so it's pretty surprising how King can be... Oh, he got stunned.
Uh-oh,
the swag wall of Mr. King Knight didn't do much though. Still a decent kill besides the luck he got. Now we see Primorix coming in. We didn't talk about too much about the movement of Primorix because it's very, you know, we didn't talk about damage boosting and stuff. That's all stuff you already know about, so there's not much to talk about. And the stage is very simple, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, Primorix missing the kill, unfortunately. And I was gonna say I just lost the sound, but no, we switched to Eric, who is way more ahead. So as you can see, every time we finish a level, after Plains, we go back to our laboratory, and we can buy our upgrades from there. You can also go back to the village if you forgot or stuff like that, but obviously it's faster to get them there. But since we don't use cipher coins, we'll never use the laboratory, but once. And we'll talk about that later.
Gotcha. Eric is moving on to the Lich Yard now, as the Spooky Man. Or not Spooky Man, the Green Man.
Yes,
oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, the Green Man is gonna meet the Spooky Man, you know? How it works.
So the one thing that I think is very scary about the Plague Knight run is just the amount of damage boosts that you have to take in this game and how uncontrollable they can sometimes be when you take a damage boost.
Yeah, the damage boost is kind of weird because first you go way further, and there's also the end goal to take the damage boost because Plague Knight has that weird, well, I say weird, but very versatile movement, which can do very versatile things, and sometimes very versatile, didn't expect things as well, so yeah.
Right. Eric getting a little stuck in the frog room there, in the Lich Yard.
Yeah, the frog room is really hard with Plague, and RNG is very heavy in that room for Plague Knight compared to Shovel Knight.
The one thing you can also see is just because of Plague Knight's movement is that you're able to skip a lot of the areas in some of these rooms, especially in the Lich Yard. Something that Shovel Knight wasn't able to do on his own.
So I just thought about a question. I'm trying to very stay much on the game, but I know some people will ask, hey, but how can you get a burst without having to throw a bomb? Because you see that done a lot by the runners. You just press, as soon as you release a burst, press the button again, and you keep your burst. Oh, good RNG for Eric.
Good RNG for Eric. Yep, Spectre Knight. Our RNG does exist in Plague Knight as long as with Shovel Knight speed runs. You have to either go to this left side or the right side the second time he disappears. Let's see how Primorix does.
So he's gonna do the same thing, going for the same strat, which makes sense. I didn't get as much hits on the first. Let's see. Oh, same RNG,
also
very nice.
Gets good RNG. A little bit slower than Eric.
Yeah. I was gonna say a little bit slower, but it's fine. It's actually a really good kill as well. Spectre Knight is probably one of the hardest kill in the game. For some reasons, I don't know why, but I feel like it's one of the hardest kill in the game because you mess up once, you just don't get the fight. It just go. Like, I feel like it's really a theme with Plague Knight is that if you do something bad, even very so slightly, things tend to go the wrong way really fast. So yeah, you need to be careful with that. Speaking of things that can go really wrong really fast, welcome into the Explodatorium.
This is Plague Knight's home. Now you would expect that since this is Plague Knight's level, that this would be an easy level, right?
And yeah, it's by far one of the hardest in the game.
So
Spectre is a bit hard too, but not as hard for Plague as for Shovel Knight, I think. You have a lot of crazy, scary stuff, but it's more about RNG more than anything. So.
Right. Primorix is going along in the Explodatorium as well.
Ooh, Eric took a damage boost that he didn't want to take, so he will have to be careful around the Alchemister. That's how he's called, the mini-boss? I don't remember. Yeah, Alchemister.
Yes.
And I don't know why I threw like a small German accent there, but I don't know. I'm not German, so I don't know. So, ooh. But he has health afterwards, so yeah, that was not a good. Well, it's not a bad kill per se, but it was not perfect. Maybe Primorix can get some time on that. Ooh, damage was the wrong direction. That's fine. You just have to wait. Yeah, he's good. Losing actually quite a lot of time. So yeah, as you can see, doing a mistake as Plague lose a lot of time compared to Shovel Knight, for example. So
Primorix is at the Alchemeister now.
That's looking a bit better. Yeah, that was a bit. I think it was one hit better. So
yep.
Yeah. To save a bit more time, we'll see how he didn't take the health, so I guess he's confident that he can do. Oh yeah, speaking of which, you need 2 bubbles of health against Shovel Knight, and he got a really bad start. Shovel Knight was not placed correctly. He still got Icar Skip, which is really nice. So let me explain that dumb fight. Sorry to say, but it's a really dumb fight to an extent. When you do a playthrough, it's a really fun fight, like really fun fight. But as a speedrun, you have to put yourself at 2 health, because when you take an extra hit, you are at 1.5. That way, Shovel Knight will never use one of his relics, which is the Phase Locket.
Oh, jeez.
When you are below 2 health, it will never use it. It doesn't care. It will never use it. And then you have a skip that, as you can see, Primorix didn't get, which is called the Icar Skip. And because we are super lazy and not good enough, we can't get it consistently unless Shovel Knight gives us a good positioning at the beginning of the fight.
So you're telling me that Shovel Knight has access to all of his relics and his Icors from the original game?
No, not exactly, but for design purpose, they gave him, how is it called? The horn, before he can actually get it.
Oh jeez, that sounds nuts.
And the reason for that makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. Is for Shovel Knight to not get stuck in blocks, basically. Otherwise, he doesn't have a solution to get stuck to get out of blocks. Because you can literally set him up to be stuck in blocks forever if you didn't have that.
I mean, makes sense. I wouldn't want to get stuck in the blocks.
So good thing they all are going to Iron Whale and not to Lost City. So we know who is ahead and who's not. So that's nice.
This is good. Yeah, this is good.
So this room is often looked as a nightmare for Plague Knight runners with the eels, the 4 eels you have to destroy, because sometimes you miss the 3rd eels. For some reason it's really hard to hit that one, and if you miss it, you die. You often die to the spikes. So yeah, need to be careful about that.
And spikes are, one hit and you're out.
Yeah, unless you took a damage boost before.
Right.
Yeah. If you hit them, you're dead.
So Eric coming up against what we like to call 420 fish, although I don't know if it really applies so much in...
We're pre-RNG just now because, yeah, you will get the 2nd cycle. Yeah, you will. So usually, the safest... Oh, from 1 hit, that's unfortunate. The safest way to do that fight is to stay very high in the auto-scroller part. And once 420 Fish is gonna place himself on the left side on the screen, you put yourself behind him and you throw bombs on his chest. And the bombs actually hit him from that angle, so that's very nice. And that way you can't get hit by the fish he's throwing at you, and he doesn't move as much. Like what's happening for Primorix. Oh, good kill though.
Good kill by Primorix.
Yeah, very good kill. Primorix is making some time on Eric. Eric has been doing some mistakes here and there, so pretty good. And now we have another Iron Jesus, I guess. Well, not really. Actually, his pattern at the beginning is fixed. He's gonna either go to the right side or the left side, but well, he's gonna either dash or not at the beginning towards his anchor, and then he's gonna do. If he went to the left, 2 dash on the right, and if he went to the right, 1 dash to the right, to the left, and no, 2 dash on the left. And if he went to the left, 1 dash to the right, and 1 dash to the left. It's hard to explain. And we got a good fight.
It looks very RNG, but it's mostly we know what he'll do for the most part.
The beginning is fixed to an extent. It's like Spectre Knight, basically. It's either 1 or 2. It's a coin flip. But it's config you can do something with, not like Spectre Knight. But yeah, after that is like Treasure Knight is like, I do whatever I want to do, and something you don't want to see is him going to the top of the screen. Like for Shovel Knight, same thing. Ooh, really, we nearly
Good
got a
save.
check.
Almost got stuck in the box.
Yeah. And now we have probably one of the deadliest stage of the game. Not the hardest. I don't think it's one of the hardest. But it can be one of the deadliest because a mistake will most likely kill you.
Right, right.
And speaking of which, welcome to Beetle Skip.
Yes, Beetle Skip.
Ooh. Speaking of which, there you go. There you understand what I was talking about.
There you go.
Thank you, Rick, to show off what I was talking about. You know, we prepared the race ahead, you know, so I could explain stuff and he could show off the stuff I was talking about, so that's very nice. Obviously, we didn't do that. It would be a boring tournament if we did. So a little damage boost again, so we can go a bit faster. So if in any case you ask question about Big Boom, I won't answer them for this race because it's not part of the race. And you have to wait until I do a match.
Oh, and I can't wait to see it. Ooh, Primorix getting a little stuck there, but he's able to get through just fine.
Yeah.
Oh man, the lava looks so scary in this run for me.
Yeah, yeah. Way more scary than Force of the Night, I feel like, to be honest. I'll say I'm one of the few that run all 3 characters, and Plague is probably the character that has the scariest stages.
Eric's gotta kind of watch health a little bit, but I think he'll be alright.
I would have taken the health there, though. Because Mole Knight is technically not RNG, but the aid of his dashes from one wall to another can be different, so you have to be careful. That was a really high dive there, actually.
Right, right. The good thing is I don't believe we break any checkpoints in this run whatsoever, so...
No, you don't.
The death doesn't cost you as much as it does in the Spectre or Shovel Knight runs.
And a really good kill by Eric. So yeah, what's funny, what is good, a good thing for us commentator about Plague Knight is that all the fights pretty much look the same, because Plague Knight is a very basic character, but has a lot of depth in his gameplay. So, like, you have like 3 buttons, but those 3 buttons are so important, you can't even imagine. And now we have another cutscene with our good Demona. Actually, it's really good that Valentine's Day is a Plague Knight race. You understand why at the end. It makes a lot of sense. So we have Primorix starting a good fight against Mole Knight as well. A really good fight, actually. Oh, he missed 3 bombs ever. Why do I have to open my mouth? Like, I should just say nothing and just let the fight happen, and then I can say something. And yeah, he's gonna go... Oh,
there you go. Oh, good RNG there.
Yeah, he got very lucky there.
Very, very lucky.
Yeah, because if you don't kill Mole Knight before you start his next phase, he will spawn 4 piles of dirt, and he will be randomly in one of them. You don't know which one. They got very lucky because we're just next to him. And now we go to Flying Machine, and there's a very good reason for that. What a surprise! I mean, all the big weapons in this game are in Flying Machine. I don't know why.
Wow.
Like, Flying Dagger, Flying Machine. Judgment Rush, Flying Machine.
Yep.
And you know what? Staff of Striking, which is the only verdict that I'm gonna pick, Flying Machine.
Yep. It's almost as if the creators planned this.
Yeah, I don't know. So, another mini-boss. That is very straightforward. You just want to bomb him as much as you can. And then you saw Eric do a burst and then 2 bombs. So that way he keeps his double jump and do a double jump burst out of the screen so he can get the ladder really fast.
Very good movement there by Eric.
Yeah, he's playing that skill very well. If you thought that we're gonna have an easy stage, no, not yet. Well, never actually. The only 2 easy stages were planes to an extent and Primal Keep. Now we're done with easy stages. What if you remove 420 fish? I guess Iron Whale is some good.
Oh, Eric! Oh, man!
Oh, nice save there.
The Java room is always the scariest room, isn't it?
So there, we call that the Java room, and how can I say that? They're not very much RNG, but they are slightly. They have like a very slight RNG.
Very slight movement RNG.
But that slight RNG can just kill your run, and you have to reset, and you're sad. So yeah.
There's a reason why Jawas are evil.
Yeah. And that's true for every character.
Yep, it is true for every character. Primorix being a little safe there. Don't blame him.
Yeah. It's a very dangerous room, to be honest. When you know how to do it perfectly, it's like one of the easiest rooms to do. But when you're not sure about it, it's way better to go slow, because you're gonna die to those spikes real fast.
So, Explode, I see on Eric's screen that there's a green health bar next to him. You want to explain to the health situation with this run?
Yeah, before that, I wanted to explain the skip that ericDLC tried. So basically, he wanted to go up that block at the top, between the block and the spikes, and go faster with and do a 2-cycle room. They had to wait for a third one to go back up, unfortunately. But yeah, the health bar. So Plague Knight has I-cores as well. Well, it's not I-cores, I don't remember the exact name, sorry about that. But basically, when you take a potion, you get 1 health back, and you get an extra health, up to 5, if my memory is correct. I might be wrong, but I think it's up to 5. I'm sorry, you're not supposed to see 5 extra health. Ooh, we're getting a... Yeah, he will have to wait an extra cycle for Propeller. He's doing the good thing to wait, and not use all his Staff of Striking. There you go, very nice. So, I'm gonna explain how power works, now that we have a relic, right?
Yep.
So, power works very differently compared to magic from Show Knight. It's a bit more similar to Spectre Knight, to an extent. With Spectre Knight, you can steal darkness from your enemies. With Show Knight, you have to collect mana pot to get mana back. With Plague Knight, you can use a mana pot to get power back, but if you don't use all your power, it will recharge over time after a slight delay. And that's what Eric did. He didn't use all his staff because he knew he was not going to get the quick kill. Instead, he kept some of his power so he could use the staff later. He didn't wait for the full recharge. Because when you waste completely your power, you have to wait it for a full recharge before being able to use a relic again.
Very interesting. So, by the way, we have 2 bosses going on in each of the screen. Primorix with his Propeller Knight, and Eric with Black Knight 2 now.
And he got full stun luck as well.
Let's say I'm a newbie runner, Explode, at Plague Knight. Why is it that we can skip Black Knight 2 and Shovel Knight speedrunning, but we can't skip it for Plague Knight speedrunning?
Because he's Storyman. There you go. He's literally a plot element. Black Knight, the second Black Knight appearance, that in Shovel Knight doesn't do nothing. He's just, I'm gonna stop you, that's it. Here it is actually Mona that is talking with Black Knight, and Black Knight is misleading Mona about Plague Knight real intentions about a character called the Magicite. And it's like a love relationship between Magicite and Plague Knight, which is totally not the case at all. And so Mona get upset about that for some reason. I wonder why. And yeah, as you can see, yeah, Primorix is having a really hard time with Primorix keeping up with Eric very So yeah, and something I didn't talk about is that the only time that we go to, well, I'll talk about it when Primorix goes, actually, that's going to be easier, since we're talking about plot elements. It's important.
As Eric moves on with the
Clockwork Tower.
The Clockwork Tower.
Yeah, it's... Well, I was going to say there's no single easy stage after Primal Keep. I lied. This stage is somewhat easy to an extent. You have some hard stuff to do, but it's kind of hard to die in it. Unless you're doing this skip. And Mr. Eric is going for the new one, and he got it perfectly. There you go. Nice. So yeah, Primorix just bought power upgrades. So what you can do in as Plague when you go back to his laboratory is that you can buy upgrades for your bombs, but you can also, and your burst, but you can also upgrade your power. And buy extra potions, but since they are, for example, Eric is full potion and Primorix has 2 potions, it's fine, he doesn't need extra. I actually think that Eric might have bought some. He may have. Well, made anyway. And it's really important to get those power upgrades because, I mean, you have the money to get it, and Staff of Striking is so strong, it would be a waste to not get them.
Right.
Especially for I don't know. Especially for oh god, for Mr. Tinker Knight. There you go. So actually, we see both of them going at different stages. Guys, I'm like, they're doing treasure and all, and oh, what? Oh, well, yeah.
Where's that going?
Yeah, I don't know. He likes stairs, you know. So he was like, let's reset a stair, and you know, let's continue. So yeah, I feel like. What did Eric just did standard chip and I didn't see it? I mean, I didn't sleep much this week, so I don't know. Yeah, no, I think he went straight to. Yeah, he went straight to Clockwork Tower.
Yeah. So we'll see these runs kind of sync back up a little bit after Primorix does Clockwork and after Eric does Stranded Ship.
Yeah, usually the other you go is usually strength. Well, there's divisions of not really opinion, but if you died or don't have enough money, it's better to go to Polar first. The reason is that you don't need as much power for Polar that you need for Tinker. It's nice, but it's not necessary. But if you have the money, you can buy the power before going to Polar or Tinker.
Yeah, and I think Eric did.
Yeah, but Primorix did too, so yeah, okay, he didn't do Stranded Ship, okay, so I didn't go nuts, I didn't go crazy. Maybe he just picked the wrong stage, I don't know. But it should not matter movement-wise. I think it's like one movement faster to go to Polar first, but I'm not even sure about that.
Yeah.
Primorix getting a very nice kill on
Yeah,
Polar.
very nice kill by Primorix with Polar Knight. And so Eric is beginning his
yeah. So Eric talked about that earlier. There's a skip there where you can use a damage boost, but if you miss it, you are very likely to die on the spikes at the bottom. So what he did, he just picked. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick that checkpoint. Don't do that skip, and I think it's totally fair. That skip, if you miss it, yeah, that's great.
Very costly skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Primorix is now moving on to the Clockwork Tower.
Yeah. Which is a simpler stage than good old Stranded Ship, so...
But unfortunately... Eric scared me.
No, it did that on purpose. It was a bit low to his liking, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, Eric utilizes a lot of damage boosting in this stage.
Yeah,
some people tend to be a bit like try to keep a bit more health. Him, he doesn't care. Just go all out. Oh, he killed the dragon. Damn. Poor dragon. Why did you kill him? You don't even have to kill him. And this room that Eric's gonna do, probably went a bit more safer, but there, yeah, there we go. Ooh, he was very low compared to the dragon. That's basically how you do the room. There's a new way to do it, but it's might be a bit harder, I don't know. And I guess people didn't have the time to learn it before the tournament. It's like maybe recent 2 days. So, yeah. And good kill from Eric.
Primorix doing a pretty decent job of doing an auto-scroller skip there. It's not really an auto-scroller, but...
Well, it's somewhat of a force of scroller because you have to somewhat follow, technically, the platform. But if you have the stuff to not use it, well, you can skip it, clearly. Shovel Knight, low percent can't skip it. Well, no, that's not true, actually. You can skip it, but you need to lose, like, 3 health or something. Which is really dumb. But anyway, so, let's talk about the quest. What was Plague Knight collecting? It was basically collecting essences from all the bosses. And for some reason, Shovel Knight had one. Because why not?
Which Plague Knight stole in the middle of the night, correct?
Yeah, he stole in the middle of... You didn't see it, but basically, Plague Knight lost the fight against Shovel Knight. You don't have the choice. And
Shovel Knight quick kill against Plague Knight.
And then Shovel Knight goes to his little nap like he always do after a little stage, you know, because, you know, heroes need to take naps, and I really badly need to take one after this commentary too. I'm not an hero though, so I don't know why I need one, but anyway. But what's funny is that you have Plague Knight sneaking on him and taking the essence from him. So that's pretty funny. And why is Plague Knight collecting essences? He wants to make the most powerful potion ever.
Most powerful potion. Now, what does this potion do? Is it like a love potion, special for Valentine's Day?
Even him doesn't know. All he knows is that it's gonna be a potion that's gonna do stuff that is very powerful. So, yeah. So even Plague Knight doesn't know the results of that. But plot twist again is like Shovel Knight having an essence was not enough. Enchantress has one as well.
So Primorix doing a good job with the Tinkered Knight Part 2 battle.
Oh yeah, he did.
And Eric is just flying away, having a little bit of trouble there from what it looks like, but...
No, that was fine, that was fine.
Was it fine? Okay.
Yeah, no problem so far. Really good tower one. He's taking a damage boost. Thanks to damage boost, you can hit those spikes, no problem. Oh, there he lost a bit of time. Taking the damage boost there. Yeah, it makes sense so far. No problem. I'm not scared at all. That's not true. Now he's doing a very good stage. Like a legit good stage. So there's no problem with that. And thankfully, compared to Shovel Knight, that Jawa is absolutely not a problem for Plague Knight.
Yes. And Eric is going into Black Knight 3, with Primorix beginning his Tower 1 level. And
there I have to talk about something. I think it dodged it, might still do it. Yeah, there we go. Just V shoot them up phase, like I like to call it. That you absolutely want to avoid because it loses a lot of time.
Right.
But for Shovel Knight, it's fairly easy. I'm gonna say fairly because it's not that easy. But
yeah, there's not really a quick kill for Black Knight 3, is there?
There is one, but it's extremely difficult to do. Extremely difficult.
Gotcha.
Because Black Knight doesn't react the same way he reacts to Shovel Knight Shovel's attack compared to the bombs of Plague Knight, because Plague Knight bombs are projectiles. And so bosses react a different way to them. Well, at least bosses that actually do react to projectiles. For example, Black Knight is one, Shovel Knight is one, and Purple Knight used to be one, but it's not the case anymore.
Morris had a little bit of trouble there with the chandelier room.
Yeah, that room can be really hard. He was trying to go for a very hard version of it, where Eric actually went for a way easier one. A bit slower one, but way easier anyway. And now we are entering in basically the stage that validates your run or not, which is the boss rush.
Right.
It's
so you're
for Shovel Knight, but for full Plague. Woo.
So there is a boss rush for Plague Knight, correct? Just like in Shovel Knight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all know how we love the boss rush in Shovel Knight.
Yeah. If you think you love the Shovel Knight boss rush, you will love the boss rush in Plague Knight. You will love it. Because you know what? You know how bad the Shovel Knight fight is in Exploratorium? Don't worry, it's worse, and he's at the end of the boss rush.
I believe Primorix skipped the purple shooting phase with Black Knight 3.
Yeah, he did. I think he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. So good job for him.
Caught up a little bit of time there on Eric, as Eric goes through the auto-scroller doing some swag strats. As he waits for the auto-scroller.
Boss rush can literally make Primorix come back if the boss rush just is not like, oh, Eric is ahead. Let's push you back a bit, you know, so we can have a closer race. Just because why not? Well, I'm exaggerating a bit because technically, if you are very, 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 very good, and I'm not exaggerating that, you can make the boss rush consistent. But it's insanely hard. You remember that 2 health setup we talked about earlier with Exploratorium? In Exploratorium, it's very easy to do. You have to do that as well in the boss rush. Have fun with that.
So is there a particular RNG that we want to see for boss rush?
Besides maybe getting Tinker first, not really.
Gotcha. So
you don't want to see Proper first, clearly not. You may get Polar first, which is fine. Spectre first is not great. Yeah, because you end up in the middle of the platform. Below a platform, and you don't want to be below a platform when you start Spectre.
Right, that makes sense.
Very nice bounces on... Very good. Let's see how he's gonna do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Went the wrong way. Oh, he got a good RNG afterwards, so...
Good RNG.
Well, actually, it was bad RNG, but in his situation, it was good RNG. So now he gets Polar second.
Right.
So yeah, the rules for Polar is the same for Shovel Knight. It will be in the 3 first bosses of the boss rush. So, that doesn't change.
They figured that it'd be a little awful if he was the 8th boss and you stepped on a spike and got an instant death. They figured that was too bad, too torturous.
I mean, they could have put Shovel Knight at the beginning. That would have leave it with less of a pain to do the boss rush. That's actually a good position for Popular, and I'm going to explain why. When you start Popular from the right side, it's going to end up on the right side of the plate. But if you start on the left side, it's going to end up on the left side of the plate, but you will most likely be on that right side of the plate. So there's a very good chance you may open it and get killed by it. And that's something you actually want to avoid in the boss rush, because remember, we need that 2 health before the Shovel Knight fight. That is at the very end. By the way, Shovel Knight sleeping at the place of Big Knight, because why not? And Eric getting very bad RNG from Treasure Knight, which is really unfortunate. And he has to take a lot of damage because they actually use a potion at the before, so he has an extra health that has been annoying for him. But the problem is that the 2 next bosses don't deal a lot of damage, so that might be a problem.
Oh boy. And Primorix is just now entering. He got Propeller Knight first, actually. So
yeah, that's good. Well, I said that was not bad. That was bad. Actually, it's good. That's wrong. The fight you don't want to see first is clearly Treasure Knight, because if you're on the right where you are, Treasure Knight will go above you, then on the left side, and then go down to start the fight, which is not great. So Propeller first is actually good. I'm tired. Sorry. Leave me alone. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I've tried trying. So Propeller doing a good job on Propeller. I don't know. It's a mix between... Oh, that would be a nightmare. A mix between Polar Knight and Propeller Knight. Oh my god. Imagine Polar Knight flying and throwing snowballs at you. And I would get Tinker Knight. Tinker Knight is fairly easy kill, to be honest. No, just stab him to death and easy, no problem. And now we have a big problem for Eric. He has a lot of health and oh no,
lots of health. Oh, and Shovel Knight is not cooperating very well. At least
yeah, that's because he started on the right side and he went to the left. So Shovel Knight did do too much. And then now you see the Phase Locket. And he's gonna use it every damage, number of damage, I don't know exactly. And yeah, now it's gonna be a big nightmare, and he's gonna lose a lot of time. I don't think Primorix can come back from that. Oh, by the way, I said that he's gonna use Phase Locket, but now is the last time he's gonna use it because he will have 4 health left. So after that, he's done with Phase Locketing. He's like, I have to kill him. I don't have enough health. Let's go. Yeah, because Shovel Knight is expected to have the behavior of a player. So.
As you can see, Plague Knight. What? Oh, nope. Shovel Knight takes his gold back, and Plague Knight gets struck.
Yeah, and he's at the bottom of. That's really funny, actually.
So Eric
you go ahead.
Eric has. I was just gonna say Eric has wrapped up the boss rush portion, so he has 1 level left, and Primorix has 3 bosses left.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Primorix did heal as well, so no good Shovel Knight fight for him either, which is unfortunate. And Tinker being last is not great because he doesn't deal a lot of damage. Oh, and he wasted all his power. So you see, they couldn't use the staff on Tinker because he didn't have the power to...
Right.
The power was locked from using it too much. You could call it an overheat system. In a way, that works.
So Eric is finishing up on the last level of the speed run. And there are 3 bosses in the last level. One is Enchantress. The second one is what?
League of Shadows.
Plague of Shadows.
Literally the title of the game.
And then the third one is the Remnant. The Corrupted Essence, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, Remnant is in the Spectre, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it's Remnant Corruption or it's Essence of Corruption. I don't remember. That's fine. So Enchantress is a very straightforward fight until she starts diving, which she will do very soon. She's at 6 health, so that should be fine.
And you can see the Staff of Striking hitting a lot of hits on her.
Really bad dives. Oh!
Oh! That's her first death of the day.
Yeah. And I was wondering why he was waiting so much there, and yeah, he decided to go a bit too late.
Yeah. So I believe the goal there is to get a damage boost by Enchantress poking her head at you and getting a hit, and then going down and then using the Staff of Striking to finish her off, correct?
Yeah. That's technically the fast, safe way to do it. Technically what you want to do is going to do it now. There you go.
Oh, there he goes.
The blocks and burst double jumping and staff her when she's on the right side. That's funny that he goes for the crazy strat after doing the safe strat.
Right, right.
So now, Plague Knight gets the last essence. And now they're gonna fuse together and make
together to create
a potion. But the game should be over, right? But I can't make the joke now because you said there was 3 bosses.
Oh darn! I apologize.
Well, you saved people from a really bad joke, so that's fine. And that fight is RNG as it can get, so like the Shovel Knight, right? So, no, I'm actually exaggerating. You can react to it and move as at the same time as Plague of Shadows moves, but yeah. There, Eric is getting a hard time.
Yeah, you can fall down in this boss fight, correct? You can get a death from a...
No, actually you can't.
Okay.
It's literally Tetris room.
So, it's a Tetris fight.
See, I want to point out, Wes Beard was very kind enough to join me today. Because he's not as knowledgeable as all the runners of Plague Knight. He knows a bit because he watches run and stuff. But he was very kind to join me today, so...
Oh, no,
that's why he asked me all the question. And now we have Ridley.
Oh,
no, wait.
Nice kill by Primorix, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
So, time is coming up pretty soon after Eric defeats this boss.
On the last hit. He will get 2 cycle if you do it properly. Yeah, that should be fine. And there 6 bombs and stuff and down.
There
we go.
Time for Eric.
Nice 2 cycle. Eric actually has a setup to get a 1 cycle, but it's not exactly consistent, unfortunately, because on the first phase, well, I'm gonna explain it when Primorix do the fight. But on his first phase, the last boss throw projectiles.
The Tetris fight.
And what do I hear myself? See, I want to point out, Wes Beard was very kind enough. Oh, ericDLC opened the... Okay. Because he's not...
Jay-Z, switch down! Do it now!
If he's there,
maybe. I don't know.
He was very kind to join me. I hit myself twice, I love that. No, I don't like that. And now we have Ridley.
Oh, no, nice kill by Primorix, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. I hit myself twice, it's so nice.
Time is coming up pretty soon.
It is on Primorix?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, that was the last message. He will get 2 cycle if you do it properly. Yeah, that should be fine. So you will see 6 bombs and stuff. And there
time for Eric.
Nice yeah, there you go. We start with really bad. That's like the worst. Really, it's the worst. It's consistent, unfortunately, because it's actually the best when you want to do the 1 cycle, but when you want to do the 2 cycle, it's the worst. Or you get the second worst RNG as well. Oh my god. Very unlucky Primorix. Primorix is doing good run.
Yeah, 43.55 for Primorix. That is...
That's real good for him. Like, it's like 20 seconds off his PB, I think? No,
it's 12 seconds. 12 seconds from his PB. So, very, very good effort by Primorix. And ericDLC was, I believe...
A minute of his PB? A bit less.
Close to 45 seconds-ish.
Yeah,
from his PB. So... Very, very good start. Very good start to the tournament with both runners.
Yeah, 49 seconds to be exact. There you go. So yeah, really good. Unfortunate death by Eric at the end. He was on pace to do a 41, which is a really good. Sub 42 is a role that we have in our Discord. It's called High Alchemist, and there are only 8 people that has it. So it is the 42 to 36 is real good.
Yes, very, very good by both runners.
Oh, and if you want to know, only 4 people have actually a sub 40.
So most of those were completed just recently, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, War Record was taken a month ago. Fladevi took second place 2 days ago, and Brett Pan did get his sub 40 4 days ago, and Tolu got his 49.20, which was the War Record for a year. Wow. So some time ago, more than a year. I would say 1 year and a half. So yeah,
very
real nice.
Very.
I don't know if we're gonna have time. I don't know if Chazy can tell me maybe if you have time for some interviews with the runners. I don't know.
It looks like we might have time. It's also if the runners want an interview or not.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't know. I'm gonna ask them in the channel, in the Discord channel. GG boys. Well, I don't have an answer from a good boy. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
we have Eric.
We have ericDLC. How'd you feel about your run, Eric?
What a stupid death. What happened was I forgot to burst after getting hit by Enchantress. So I just watched myself fall and I'm like, oh, that happened. But I can't believe I hit that turkey after Mole Knight in Boss Rush.
Yeah, you both got turkeyed, so don't worry.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
Yeah.
If I hadn't hit that turkey, it would have been PB pace.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting, because you were clearly on the 41 pace, maybe even a 41.30, something like that. So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and I actually got 2 golds. I got a gold on Black Knight 2 and in Lost City.
Yeah, you got the full lock on Black Knight, so yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Very, very exciting.
That fight is a nightmare.
And you should be happy that you actually did a good race, because Primorix was 10 seconds off of speed.
Yeah, I was watching at the end. Sorry about the echo. I totally thought they were going to switch to Wes's or Primorix's audio.
I love listening to myself. I don't want that.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty good run overall. So I'm satisfied with my performance.
Yeah, I was very satisfied with both runs. They were very, very good by both runners.
Yeah, they were very fun.
It was great.
And was that a PB by Primorix or no?
No, 12 seconds off.
12 seconds off.
That's pretty close,
he was playing really well. If he got a good boss rush, which he didn't because Turkey, like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab. Can I grab him? Can I do that? No, I can't. So I'm gonna go get Primorix.
Okay.
See if Primorix wants to get his interview, his little 10 seconds of fame.
Okay, so I will have to ask an admin to move him because I can't.
Does he not have the role to get in here?
No, I'm not an admin. I'm just a commentator and a runner, you know.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised by how good my run was, considering I had such a bad planes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I noticed that you had some trouble in the planes.
I got really messed up by Slam RNG. I got hit by the first skeleton, and I missed the plane zip. I lost 10 seconds on that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were so well in such a good PB pace with that plane.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly.
I hate when that happens. You're in a race, you PB the worst planes ever. Like, why? And
then you're like, well, now I have 10 seconds of free time save.
Yeah. I actually got that. I think I did a race with Munsha or something like that, in Shogunai Lopusen. And I PB'd in that race, and I died in Spectral Knight stage.
Oh my god. Actually,
so I had like a 50 seconds free time save in the second stage of the game.
Yeah, my current PB is actually from a race last week when we were warming up for the tournament, and I had a death in Lost City, and it PB'd, and I'm like, oh come on, why?
Oh hey, Primorix, there you
go. We have Primorix here.
Good run, dude.
Yeah, good run. How'd you feel about your run?
Well, it started off pretty bad. I was a little worried, but then I kind of got into a groove. I was feeling pretty good. I wish the tower had been better, but other than that, I'm pretty satisfied. I haven't had a 43 in a while.
You both did really well. It was really cool.
Yeah, and apparently we both did really bad at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, Primorix didn't get any Black Knight block, and minus the one at the
Wasn't
end.
even close.
In Tower 1, he actually skipped the. He did skip the shoot them up phase.
Yeah, the teleport phase.
Yeah, the teleport phase, which Eric didn't.
Teleport skip.
So that was like, maybe Primorix can come, but no. Eric
Well,
was on the.
he did boss rush properly, and I didn't. I'm guessing.
No.
Not even.
No, he didn't.
No, I hit the turkey on a.
Got turkeyed as well.
Oh.
We both got turkeyed, so yeah.
Oh, I wasn't trying.
No, if I had done boss rush right, this would have been a PB.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I died to Enchantress.
Yeah, it was a close
He
race.
didn't even kill me, I just forgot to burst at the bottom.
Because the only time you were like slightly a stage ahead, Rick, is when you entered Stranded Ship.
Oh, wow.
Because Primorix was doing Stranded Ship before Clockwork Tower, so that was very close.
And I actually had the money to get magic, which I usually don't before Stranded Ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get it right after Black Knight too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll even waste a few seconds getting some extra money if I need to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually just don't bother if I don't have the money.
I used to sell the music sheet for it, and then I realized that cost like 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No.
Especially for the polar kill, you're like, that's fine.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna log off. Good race. Looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
Good race. Good
Very,
luck.
very great start to the tournament, guys.
Thanks. Have a good
So
one.
yeah, little sorry about that actually. You see Mona and you see Primorix dancing. No, you don't. You see Mona and Pink dancing because they are a love couple. There you go. So it makes sense to have a Plague Night Magic Day of Valentine's Day, isn't it? But anyway, I guess that's gonna wrap up our match commentary stuff.
Let's see. We have for the upcoming Plague of Shadows tournament, I believe tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. We have 2 newer runners. Let's see, Larry the Beaver. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And Puppy Fan 321 going against each other. And also tomorrow we have Mumu Akai and David TKI going against each other at 10:30 p.m. So definitely stick around tomorrow. Be around for that if you love some exploding action.
Yeah, and both matches should be pretty close as well. So you want to look up to that.
Looking forward to both of them. And I believe what is next up for the speed gaming schedule is LTTPR Key Sanity coming up in, I guess, about 5 minutes.
Ooh, so yeah, we need to wrap up real fast.
Yes. So, thanks everyone for watching here at Speed Gaming. Hope you enjoyed the race. This is a great start to the Plague of Shadows tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, I am Wes Beardtooth.
I was Exploding Rear.
And I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's. Cuddle up to your favorite loved one and have a wonderful evening.
Bye.